What's going on, guys? It's Kyle again with DTOM Knives and Gear, and today we're going to be talking about the CJRB Crag. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back, everybody. Okay, first things first, this knife was provided to the channel by the Apex Pass-Around Group. The Apex Pass-Around Group also, here in the last little bit, you saw a review of this guy, which is the CJRB, daggum, I can't get that acronym right, CJRB Kicker. So we are going to be actually comparing these two knives and other knives to this thing because they are both very, very similar in the fact that they have what's called the Recoil-Lock. The Recoil-Lock is a very fidgety lock that works a lot like an Axis lock, but yes, is different. It does have an Omega spring, and like you see here, you can whip it back into closing position by this little mechanism on the top here, either by pinching it closed or just like my preferred method to use your pointy finger and push it back, and then there you go. This is a very fidgety lock. I really have enjoyed both the Kicker and the Crag here, but if I had to pick one, I think I would rather pick the Crag. There's a couple reasons for that. Let's go ahead and bring out the Kicker. Kicker is a very good knife. As you can see, we do have different blade shapes, different materials. This one is wearing G10. This one is wearing carbon fiber. Carbon fiber is not the best quality in the world, but it is carbon fiber. However, this one has a cleaver style blade versus a clip point blade. Cleaver style is what they call it. I actually do prefer the heavier blade with this lock. Reason being is because for me, it feels like it fires out just a little bit better using the flipper tab, and it also closes better because of the heavier blade. So to me, it feels like it is. Now you can see that they are very similar in size. You've got just a little bit of difference. The Crag is about 8.125 inches overall, and the Kicker is about 8 1/4. So this one is a little bit smaller, and I know guys are like, wait a minute, Kyle's picking the smaller of the knives? Yeah, just because of the blade. I do like this bigger blade. I really enjoy, they have a wonderful stonewash finish on these things, which you usually find in more expensive knives. I really dig that. Also, this one, as you can see, there is much more of a partial finger choil. It's not still a finger choil, but you can see it's got a lot more room here than the Kicker. And for my hand size and what I like to do with my knives as far as choking up, I can definitely choke up on the Crag better than I can the Kicker. And so yes, ergonomically this works very well for me. It does fit my hands when I'm choked back here, but as you can see, barely. And so yeah, that's a kind of a thing, but it's still very ergonomically pleasing in my hand. And then of course the fact that I can choke up behind this one gives the edge a little bit more to the Crag versus the Kicker. Now, they both come super sharp. CJRB does a wonderful job in their knives as far as being really well made. Comes with good edges. Both of these are wearing full steel liners. The differences in the weight, though, the Crag does come in, because of that bigger blade, about 4.88 ounces, and the Kicker comes in at about 4.55 ounces. So because you've got that bigger blade, it does add a little bit of heft, but 4.88 ounces I think is fine. This one does have a 3.5 inch blade as well as the Kicker, and so just a little bit wider is all. They're both the same blade thickness. However, one important aspect of this, you've got a taller blade here, which in turn has a taller grind and thinner behind the edge. This thing's only about 15 thousandths behind the edge versus 20 right here. So this one is, in my opinion, a better slicer. So if that's something that's important to you, the Crag is definitely the way to go. I just prefer this blade shape. It does get down to a thinner edge. And so yeah, it is quite nice. Just to kind of give you an idea of size, here it is against the Elementum. And then of course, one of my favorite CJRBs of all time, the Felspar. So definitely more of a contoured handle on the Felspar, which in turn makes for really good ergonomics rather than these flat surfaces here. But it does not bother me at all. They've got a really good job of rounding the edges of the Crag, so there's no sharp edges. So yeah, size-wise, you know, they're pretty doggone similar. So definitely one of those knives that I think is really nice size for most people's EDC carry. Another thing that a lot of people are going to like more about the Crag than the kicker is the position of the pocket clip. As you can see on the kicker, it has moved downward, and so this loop over pocket clip still doesn't seat very deep carry. This one goes all the way to the butt of the knife, so a lot of people are going to like that. The pocket clips are the exact same other than that, and as far as the shape, but also on the Crag, it's not inset to the scales, which I would really like to see, but as you can see, the screws are set flush or a little sub-flush from the top of that, or the bottom of that pocket clip, where the kicker is not like that. You have these very big button head screws that kind of get in the way. So as far as carry is concerned, even though this is wider in your pocket, this carries much better. The pocket clip is in a better position and with better screws. So yet again, the Crag just kind of does it for me just a little bit better as far as the carry and everything. I mean, both of them are good knives. A lot of people love this clip point blade shape, and I do too. But I do like the cleaver style blades. They're really they're just kind of my thing. They're not everybody's thing, but there's still a few more tweaks that were made to the Crag after the kicker that I believe is just a little bit more to people's speed. You've got ergonomically, they both feel really good in hand. This one does have more of a finger choil / swoop than this one. These are more neutral, so this one does kind of feel a little bit more locked in for that. Not that this one doesn't feel good, it still does, but the fact that I can choke up on it makes me happy. I do like the carbon fiber. You know, it's not the best in the world, but, you know, their G10 and carbon fiber is done pretty well. I mean, the fact that you can get this at this price point, you know, which is less than $50, so, you know, you really can't beat that. I've been so impressed with CJRB and their offerings on their budget knives for such a long time. This one being the Feldspar, one of my all-time favorites still to this day that I really, really love. It's just an excellent, excellent knife. Both of these, all of these actually are running on bearings. So you get a lot of bang for your buck, you know, for a knife under $50. Either one of these or the Feldspar are excellent options, in my opinion. I desperately want everybody to check out, if you're looking for a quality knife where it's at a budget price, both of these are in D2 steel. I know a lot of people balk at D2. I still like D2 for my budget steels because it does hold an edge for a reasonably well amount of time. It might be a little bit harder to sharpen than some of the other ones, but really, as far as the EDC task that most of us do, stropping this thing back up is not going to be a problem. And so I really want everybody, I mean, we've got a lot of cool budget options out there. You've got Concept, you've got CJRB, you've got all these different companies that Civivi that make really good quality knives for the price. And I just can't get over, I think, as far as those companies are concerned, Civivi's got some really good models, but CJRB has really been killing it, especially in 2020. They have come out with so many nice models. I mean, and some that I haven't even gotten my hands on yet, you know, like the Rhea, you know, just really popular knives, and they're popular for a reason. They do quality work for the price that you pay. So, yep, guys, if I had to choose between these two knives, I personally would choose the Crag over the kicker, but they are both excellent knives. Definitely check them out if you are in the market. Thank you so much to the Apex Pass Around group for allowing me to have these two in hand and check them out. These are definitely ones that I can recommend for anybody looking for a budget knife. Anything under $50, yes, 100%, you will not go wrong. I believe everybody will like these in that price range. So, guys, stay tuned for more. Hit that subscribe button, notification bell. If you want to see more, we do giveaways. I've got one coming up, so definitely stay tuned for that. I love you all. Stay safe in this crazy world that we are living in, and we will see you in the next one.